Let's call the meeting to order at 7:02. Everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You are. Do you know how to work that?
Nope. Nope.
Stephen? Thank you. We can't start the meeting until the recorder gets going. The presidential primary was today.
Yes. Are we ready?
Oh, we've been ready. We're waiting for you. Okay.
Now begin.
Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Public comment number 3. No public comment. We'll move on to approval of the minutes from the March 19th, 2024 regular meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the March 19, 2024 regular meeting.
Motion by Al Bruno,
I'll second the motion.
second by Fred Stanek. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Oh, Teresa, aye. Thank Teresa Conroy's on our phone, so it's on. So the motion carries 4-0-0. Thank you. Presentation from Veolia regarding the Seymour WPCA facility. Veolia is not here, so we will table that one. Presentation from Zach Zucrow regarding his Eagle Scout project. Zach is not here. We'll table that one. You guys didn't put Lily Fapiano on the agenda. Lily Fapiano. Can I have a motion to add to the agenda Lily Fapiano from the Seymour Middle School regarding her Earth Trashathon project?
So moved.
Motion by Al Bruno, second by Teresa Conroy. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. Lily Fapiano from the Seymour Middle School regarding her Trash-a-thon project. Got to talk right into it, Lil.
So I had the idea of having a town trash-a-thon cleanup for Earth Day. So what we'll be doing is people can volunteer and we'll come down to the community center where everyone will be able to like pick up trash by the river and stuff. If I was thinking, we talked to like environmental store owners and stuff like Hanes or Roosters, places like that. So for every bag of trash we collect, we get a certain amount of store credits that we can then later use to buy things that can help improve the town. People can come and get community service hours if needed, and it'll be a great way to clean up the town.
Sounds good.
It's a great idea. Does any select persons have any comments?
When is this start?
I don't know what Earth Day is, but I'm planning for the cleanup to be April 20th.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
That was my question. Thank you.
What day is it taking place again?
April 20th.
April 20th. And where will you guys be gathering?
We'll be gathering at the community.
Community center? And what time again did you say? Just want to make sure I have it all.
9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
9 a.m. to 2 p.m. April 20th. Okay.
So Lily came up with this idea about the Trash-a-thon, Seymour's first annual Trash-a-thon, because we'd like to make it an annual event. I had spoke to the athletic director, Coach Fed, as well as Seymour High School's new football coach, Coach Dunay. And we are going to be getting the sports committees, teams together as well to clean up around the high school area. We're going to look to see if we can have T-shirts made. But Lily has had a lot of ideas regarding the environment and sustainability and how we can help improve our environment. Can you go over some of those ideas as well?
Another idea I had was sports. I was thinking we do something different than that, where it's like a bottle house related one. Because people are able to build houses out of bottles, which are sustainable and work great in the environment, and it helps recycle. I was thinking we have a week-long project like that held at the middle school, so that way kids can do that and they can build it, and then whichever one is the winner, or is built like the best, we can then use it as a model. So in case like there are any like homeless people in our town or in other towns, we can maybe share that sort of model to show to those people, so that way they can have that sort of like small house.
It's a wonderful idea. It also shows sustainability. You're reusing the plastic because the plastic does keep the houses cooler in the summer and warmer in the wintertime. That's great. So we're going to use it at the community center April 20th. We're looking at roosters, and what we're looking at to do is getting a hold of roosters as well as Haynes to see, okay, here's our trash. We picked, 30 bags of trash. Hopefully we'll pick more. But with that, be able to purchase pollinating plants for up by the transfer station or over by the PCA to help the bees, right, or the butterflies. Any other ideas? No, that's it. So with that, can I have a motion from the board to make April 20th Seymour's Trashathon Day, as well as permission to go and speak with Lily to go speak to Haynes and Roosters and all the the other gardening facilities and to help.
So moved.
Motion by Al,
Second the motion.
second by Fred Stanek. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Teresa votes aye. Chair votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. Thank you, Lily.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Great
Lily.
job.
Love your
Really
cat.
impressed.
Lily will also be presenting at the Board of Ed next Monday.
Very nice.
Okay. Thank you, Lily. Discussion and possible action regarding the naming of the sustainability team as required for the participation in Sustainable Connecticut Municipal Certificate Program. That is the 5. Yep. So I like to make a change to one of these. The following names will be put forward for consideration in the appointment of the sustainability team for the duration not to exceed upon the completion of the certificate process. Amory Dragonis, Lily Fapiano, Robert Van Egan, Quinn Levy, and Beth Nesteriak.
So moved.
Motion by Al,
Second.
second by Fred. All in favor?
Aye.
Can I just ask one question?
Sure.
I'm familiar with all the names except for Quinn Levy.
Quinn Levy is on the Public Works Department.
Right.
He's also fire chief, one of the
Perfect.
assistant fire chiefs.
Thank you.
Great.
No problem. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. Thank you. That's what you get, Lil. Lily, that's awesome. That you being in like the 6th grade, right? 7th. I knew that, Lil. I knew that.
When you applied to college, you could put that on your application.
That's right.
Yes.
7th grade, that you were appointed to a municipal board.
We'll call you Little Greta. Right?
Very good.
Yep, little Greta. But that's something you also can, how many other 7th graders can sit there and say that they're part of a municipal committee, a sustainability committee? It's a big thing. And we'll make sure when we have the meetings, we're not interfering with your schoolwork as well, because that is the number one priority. Discussion and possible action regarding the annual abatement of taxes of the property at 12 Chestnut Street for George J. Hummel Little League. In your packet, you will see a letter from Jim Hoffman. sent to me on March 20th. On behalf of the George J. Hummel Little League, I would like to request an abatement of the property tax on our property at 12 Chestnut Street from October 1st, 2022 grand list. As you know, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. The issue which causes the tax collector to bill GJHLL, other known as George J. Hummel Little League, stems from the stipulation in the agreement in 1950 in which Dr. John Casagran donated the property to George J. Hummel Little League with the understanding that in the event of the dissolution of our league, the property reverts back to the Casagran family. In previous years, you granted the abatement for the taxes, and we're requesting a similar abatement this year. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trish, second by Al Bruno. Kurt Miller?
Madam First, I'm through the chair. Should be the October 1st, 2023.
Okay. We'll take that.
I didn't notice that until you just said.
Okay. This is something that we do every single year. We abate their taxes every year. All right. Chair votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. Thank you. Item number 9, action in lieu of special town meeting. A. Kurt.
Thank you, Madam First Select One. So this is a project that was on the ARPA list. If you recall, at our last meeting, we updated the amounts. We held a special town meeting. Unfortunately, we did not have a quorum, so this action is kicked to you. So you will be waiving the bid waiver and providing a purchase authorization pursuant to Section 2-268A of the Seymour Town Code, which will allow the purchase of the Vercata camera and access control system for town buildings.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Al.
I'll second the motion.
Second by Fred Stanek. Discussion?
I just wanted to ask why we're waiving the bid process.
That was at last meeting. Teresa wasn't here for the last meeting.
Yeah, this,
Sorry.
this is the provider that we and the Board of Education are both using. I don't know if Teresa can hear me well. And this is really the only game in town. They're a sole source provider. That's the reason why we're waiving the bid.
Okay, and then just one follow-up question. I used to be familiar with the waiving of the process. What is the amount that we, the threshold for that they can, you know my question. It used to be $50,000 and over. What is it now?
It's less than 25,000 requires 3 bids. Over 25,000 requires, or excuse me, 3 quotes. Under 25,000 requires 3 votes. Over 25,000 requires a bid process.
Thank you. Okay, that's all for my questions.
All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. Discussion and possible action regarding the purchase bid waiver and purchase authorization pursuant to Section 2-26A of the Seymour Town Code for the purchase and installation of the Game Time Sensory Playground at Chatfield Park with MRC. I'm sorry, I read that in your...
That's quite all right. Through you, Madam Secretary, same as the previous. You will be purchasing the Game Time Sensory Playground. This has been vetted through Public Works, particularly our foreman who handles the parks, Sean Stramello. Again, this is a sole source provider, so we wanted to follow the process. It did go to town meeting. There was not a quorum, so again, it's brought back to the selectmen. This is also part of the ARPA plan, which was approved by you folks in previous meetings.
All in favor? Oh, make a motion? Sorry. Oh, my gosh.
So moved.
Motion by Al.
Second?
Second by Fred. Discussion?
Again, I'm just going to ask about the waiver. I know you said it's the sole provider. There's no one else that does sensory playgrounds out there that we would have to get a bid from?
MRC currently does MRC currently does our playgrounds now. So to make the swings that they're putting in compatible with the swings that are there now, it's the same company. So if something breaks, they're going to come back and they're going to fix it. You know, if it breaks, if something breaks while the centering is being put in, it's not covered by them.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. Okay. Discussion and possible action regarding waiving an outstanding WPCA sewer assessment for 17 Lakeview Avenue. I will turn this over to Rich Bertula.
This is sort of a strange one. It came from the WPCA asking for permission to waive a possible outstanding sewer assessment with respect to 17 Lakeview Avenue. To make the long story short, the property owner passed away. His estate asked for a payoff of the sewer assessment. A payoff figure was provided. The estate paid the payoff figure, and then the estate asked for a release of the sewer assessment and a balance. There was a claim made that there was a balance still due of some $3,000. When town officials tried to dig into it, because the estate folks produced a payoff letter, the neither Veolia or anyone else at the WPCA plant or can back up and sustain where this $3,000 figure mysteriously came from. So in the absence of any proof whatsoever, and the fact that they did in fact pay off the balance that was originally calculated, the attorney for the WPCA requested that we vote to waive this, and they're going to do the same thing at the WPCA. We have no documentation, no proof of any kind showing any balance owed from 17. Thank you, 17 Lakeview. So, with that, I'd ask for a motion to waive the claimed outstanding balance on the sewer assessment.
And just let everybody know, there is no lien. So the sewer assessment isn't on the sewer usage. It's on when the sewers were put in. So that's what the assessment is on. And there's no liens on record either. So, can I have a motion?
I'll move this board waive the outstanding WPCA sewer assessment for 17 Lakeview Avenue in the approximate sum of $3,000 in accordance with the discussion with town council.
Second.
Motion by Fred, second by Al Bruno. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. Item number 11, ARPA project review. Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Madam First Selectwoman. So there's nothing new tonight. We just wanted to have it on the agenda. It'll be an item that will appear going forward in case you folks do have any specific questions. That way we'll be able to just add it. But as of now, there are no changes from the presentation that we made at the last meeting.
Thank you. I think it's good to keep it on the agenda as this will keep it fresh in our minds and keep the board up to date as to where we stand with everything. Okay, item number 12, recommendations from the referrals to the ordinance committee. Letter A, split tax on motor vehicle.
Thank you, Madam First Selectwoman. I'll kind of tag team this one with Attorney Paterla.
But if you reference Charter Section 6.5, it provides how an ordinance is passed. So it says, no ordinance shall be acted upon, established, or passed until after a public hearing in relation thereto is held at least 5 full calendar days before such action. Notice of the time and place of the hearing shall be given, and so on. So we've provided that information. So we're in the next phase of that, which I will turn this over to Attorney Paterla, who will guide you henceforward.
Well, at this point, the ordinance has been posted in the town clerk's office. There's been an advertisement. You've had your public hearing. And it is incumbent upon you at this point to go forward and vote on it if you so choose to pass it. And then it has to be published within 10 days in a newspaper having substantial circulation in town. The full text of the ordinance shall be posted on the town's website, and every ordinance shall become effective on the date specified therein or on the 21st calendar day after passage. So in this case, this ordinance would take effect 21 days after passage and would be in effect for your next budget, which I think was your goal.
Yes. Okay. So we have to read the ordinance, correct? So this one is the proposed new ordinance regarding the living. Go ahead.
I don't think there's a requirement,
Okay.
but go ahead. If I may, we just conducted the public hearing this evening. Do we not have to wait 5 days before we act?
Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Okay. So we can't take motion on this.
You're going to do it at the
Next meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Naming of facilities and areas owned by the town. Also in process. Okay.
We need to table items 9A and B until our next regular meeting.
12.
I'm sorry, 12.
Motion by Fred.
What am I looking at?
Second.
Second by
I'm
Teresa.
confused tonight.
No, there's two under 9 too, Fred. That's why.
12A
right.
and B.
So it was motion by Fred, second by Teresa. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. Okay, there is no executive session tonight. Appointments? No appointments. There's no transfers. There's no tax refunds and abatements. Of course, there's tax refunds and abatements. Please look into your packet for the tax refunds and abatements. And as long as there are no issues, I need a motion.
So moved.
Motioned by Al,
Second.
second by Teresa. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. Correspondence
Just the one piece.
from Chris Edwards. So we have correspondence in from Fire Chief Chris Edwards, who is also taking over as our Emergency Management Director. All emergency management will be getting rid of 2 vehicles per our ordinance charter. They need to be offered to all departments before we can sell or auction them off. The first is a 1978 Dodge Power Wagon Pumper, and the second is a 1991 International Old Rescue Truck. They don't know much about either one of them other than that they've been sitting for a while and they do not get much use. Please let me know if anyone's interested. If not, they will have the Board of Selectmen surplus them in their April meeting. This was sent out on March 24th. I believe no department came back to them wanting to surplus it, wanting to take these. So we will put them out to bid.
Okay.
Right? Okay. I need a motion? Can I have a motion to put the 1978 Dodge Power Wagon Pumper out to bid, as well as a 1991 International Old Rescue Truck?
If I may, I hate to be a stickler on procedure, but I think we need to add to the agenda the item.
Do we? May I have a motion to add to the agenda to put the Dodge Power Wagon Pumper and the 1991 International Old Rescue Truck on the agenda to go out to bid?
I will move to add to the agenda the 1978 Dodge Power Wagon pumper and the 1991 International Old Rescue Truck as set forth in Mr. Edwards' memorandum to us on the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Fred, second by Al. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries 4-0. Okay, that'll go out to bid. Public comment. Is there any public comment? Public comment going twice. Public comment going 3 times. There is no public comment. For Select Women's report, not a lot to report. We have our budget hearing tomorrow, April 3rd, which is Wednesday, 7 o'clock at the community center in the bingo room. That's really all I have. Welcome, Lily.
Where can we find the budget online?
We do not put the draft budget online because it has not been approved by the residents yet. You know, we have not that it hasn't been approved by the resident. It hasn't been voted to go to public comment yet.
Okay.
So it's still draft.
But there are hard copies in your office or in town hall?
Yes, there are hard copies in the Seymour Community Center, the public library, as well as town clerk's office.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, and through the chair, once the Board of Finance completes their work tomorrow night, they move it to the Board of Selectmen and to the town meeting. At that point, the budget will go up online. At that point, it's finalized.
Yep.
Because now it's simply the draft phase, and it could change tomorrow.
So the budget should be up Thursday with no changes. Online, Teresa.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I ask that a copy be forwarded to select persons tomorrow? So,
Absolutely. Teresa, do you want me to send you a draft copy?
Of course, thank you.
Okay. Stephen or Kurt, can you send the Board of Selectmen, select persons, a copy of the draft budgets, please? Thank you. Al? Public Selectmen comment?
Don't have much to add. Hope everybody had a relaxing Easter holiday, time with family, and looking forward to spring.
I would like to thank Russell Blair from the FOI Commission, who presented a training session on March 25th to the public. We had the session here in this room. It was also recorded. I was a little disappointed. I expected to see more members of boards and commissions present, but it is available online, and I urge everyone who's a member of a board or a commission to view the tape, especially the chairman, chairpersons, and the clerks of the commissions and boards. And Mr. Blair took over as the Chief Educational Officer of the Freedom of Information Commission. He has big shoes to fill. Tom Hennick was the Information Officer for years, decades actually, but Mr. Blair did an outstanding job. He was very good, and we thank him.
Teresa?
I was going to say what Fred just said. The FOI training is on YouTube. I thank you for putting that out there for everyone. It's a little over an hour, but Mr. Blair did an excellent job with that. Some questions I had, he, was able, the ones that I had in my mind, he answered during that presentation. And the only other thing I wanted to say was, I'm glad that we're getting the new equipment at Chatfield Park, but do you know if they're planning on paving that basketball court? There's kids down there all the time playing on it, and when I walk on the track, there's lots of cracks in it. I just don't know if Public Works has that scheduled or what we can do about that.
I can mention to them to see what they can do.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all I have.
Okay, great. And with that, I will adjourn the meeting at 7:30.